We're just starting now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the She Said No podcast. I'm your host, Marco G, aka the Six Scale Scoundrel.
Do I have a lazy eye?
You're derailing the show already. We're just starting. And I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Gigi. Gigi, say hi.
Hi.
First of all, I'm the one with the lazy eye, not you.
Well, our children will be normal, I guess.
You're going to have to speak at a normal volume.
Go ahead,
no one heard
sir.
that. All right, I'm just going to roll the intro. You ready to see it for the
Yes.
first time? Okay, so what'd you think?
So talented. Oh
I'm
my.
very talented, right? I've been trying to show this to you for
I saw it
3 to
last
4
time. I
episodes.
saw
Okay,
it.
very good. Well, now we can get past that. So, episode 9 now. Is that crazy or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot more interviews and a lot less of the She Said No podcast proper, but we kind of finally decided to get back to our roots. We've been having a lot of topics we wanted to discuss. So, let's just jump on into it. So, we got a great show for you today. Go ahead. You're the star. You say what you want to say.
I'll be real honest. I don't know the difference.
I don't think a lot of people do. I might be the only one that keeps it straight in my head. Okay, episode 9 here. You know what? But
It's all
the
okay.
She Said No podcast has a very specific structure, right? This is where we get, is it weird? We get parking pass watch. Not going to talk about that
Don't.
today, but that's, and we're going to get Gigi judges, which we haven't had in a long time,
Okay, well, I've been judging.
You
so.
always judge, specifically, one-off things, but today we got some things I've been wanting to ask you about for a while now. So why don't we start? Why don't you give us an update on what's going on with your life?
Oof. Well, I have drill for 4 days, which means I have to drive to the base every day, and so I have to get up super early. Also, last week, Marco was in Vegas, and so I had to, the show must go on, so I had to prep by myself. And
I did everything for you, though. I made the show art. I made all the notes. I reached out to Loco Lou. You were great, though. You were a great co-host. A lot of people were saying,
lazy eye. This is
"Oh
funny.
my gosh, no."
So, okay, this is why you should be quiet, because I was literally gonna
Wow.
give you a compliment.
Okay, go for it.
No, it's dead. Forget you. I was just gonna say it's a lot harder than I thought. Trying to, I was like, oh, I don't want to seem rude by looking down and making it seem like I'm not paying attention,
Mhm.
but reading. So I never see the show sheet. So I looked at it 10 minutes before, and so I kind of had an idea of the questions, but I missed a lot, and I was and then I couldn't even keep up with the chat, and there was some nuggets in there. I'm so sorry.
We had some fake influencers in there.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the when you popped out and I didn't. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. When I flopped out, I think is what you meant to say.
And I didn't realize he was gone until I saw the chat, and
I was gone for
that
10 minutes.
was really funny.
I was about to peace out because I was close to our lunch reservations. I was like, at this point, if she ain't gonna let me in, then...
My point being that it's a real skill trying to do these things live and trying to keep up with the show sheet and then the chats and everything, and oh my god, I never want to do that again.
Okay, well, we'll try not to rely on you to do the whole thing by yourself, but you were a trooper. Yeah, and a lot of people were saying how much better you are than I am.
Naturally.
So you're just a natural, yeah. So let's give some updates on a few things here. Number one, on your Nintendo Switch playing and your Pokemon, you're in the league now. Have you played anymore?
Yes, but I already beat the league, and now I'm
You beat the league. Okay.
Yeah, and then you have to go on to fight them, but they're every single one is level 70, so you have to be strategic. So it kind of fell off after that.
It gets a little too complicated, a little less fun.
Yeah, so I haven't played in a while. TBD.
Okay. Yeah, you've also been insanely busy. Do you want to talk about the little bonus job that you got, or TMI?
I will only say this. I applied for a fellowship and I got it. And so I will
It's a summer fellowship, right?
For 10 weeks. And I'm going to be working on some real cool stuff.
Yeah, very proud of you for that.
Thanks.
So yeah,
Thanks.
big next step. I think I mentioned that I also got the promotion that I, mentioned previously. So with your, fellowship and my promotion, does that mean more collectibles? We'll have potentially more cash coming in, or no?
It does mean we're having a little bit more cash coming in, but I'm thinking bathroom remodel maybe just the deadline has been sped up a little bit in my mind.
Even
We haven't talked about it.
Yeah,
but
no, I do want to do the bathroom remodel. Even before then, though, I want to do the fence and I want to redo some of the outdoor stuff.
boring.
So I know that is boring. That's the that's the problem. It's like it's way less sexy than spending your money on toys. But so we talk about balance here.
Sure.
So, well, proud of you for that, and I'm proud of me for we're just proud of us in general.
Yeah.
Did you roll your eyes?
No, I said high five.
Okay, high five. Let's do it. All right, so we got the Pokemon League. We started an Instagram channel, so if you're not following us on Instagram, 16fix. I think it's one.
Okay, can I say
Stop!
something?
You hate when I go.
I clearly Marco did not think I mean I don't think we thought about doing this consistently, and I feel like the name.
Oh yeah, I thought of the name in 2 seconds. I was like, "What is it? Consonants where it's the words sound similar?" I always get those mixed up in my head. But
anyway, it's 1/1/6
and I think on Instagram it's actually 1_6_fix. But we're sloppy over here. We're amateurs.
When you said you started an Instagram, I was like, you did?
Oh my gosh, I know. I asked her to manage it, and she was like, "There's no way." So
I'm not doing that.
go follow us on Instagram. We're also on Spotify and Apple Music. So I've been really bad about uploading the most recent episodes, but I will get the one that we did with Victoria and Zach. I'll get that uploaded, and then I think there are 2 unboxings. One that I probably will, the Golden Armor Wonder Woman, which we'll talk about in a second. I probably won't upload that because the audio was all screwed up. I forgot to turn off our second device, so it's all echoey, but it was a good time regardless, but probably strictly audio format, no good.
I feel like the unboxings you should probably not put on the stream.
Yeah, but some of them just have some fun commentary. I mean, for a fun little listen, it's way better in video format. It's why we're doing video like this, So yeah, so go check us out on all those platforms. So other thing I want to mention is we are planning a trip to Disneyland. We'll probably be meeting up with Mario, Cuervo, Eddie, Sean. So we got some folks that from the community we're going to meet up with, but we want to talk about travel a little bit more since that's one of our big passions and how we balance travel with the collecting with bathroom remodels. So Gigi, anything to say on that topic?
About what?
Just in general, how we want to bring it up on the show.
Just that I prefer, sorry, I didn't look at the show sheet. I prefer...
You hate to see it.
I prefer traveling. Oh, I was talking to Phoebe, Localu's wife, about this, that I think I prefer to spend money, instead of spending it on, material things, I'd rather travel. I mean, we were, right before the pandemic, we did quite a bit of traveling, and...
we had a heck of a travel year. My gosh, yeah looking back.
So, I mean, we did 2 big trips per year, and so I don't know. Will the budget decrease? Your figured budget decrease once we're able to travel more?
Who knows? So this is a perfect segue. You want a high ticket item or a big cost item. So what do you want, and what are you gonna do about it?
Okay. I have an argument, okay? Because I already know what you're gonna try to pull, and sorry, my braces are very shiny with this light. It looks weird. I just saw it. Okay, so I want a Canon camera, the Mark IV R or something like that. It's a mirrorless camera. It's about a little bit over $2,000, I think. I've been wanting this camera for 10 years. 10 years I've been thinking about this thing, okay? I've been wanting the camera longer than I wanted you.
Wow.
And
that's just uncalled for.
But it's so expensive, and like we mentioned, I have to think, is that something that I really want to spend over $2,000 on something that, will it bring me joy? Yes. But it's a wedding photography camera. It's the Holy Grail. What did you put?
Holy Grail. Okay. It's a camera grail. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Of the photography world. It's one of those, right?
So you're going to shoot weddings with it or what?
I mean, perhaps.
With what time would you ever have?
It's a future hobby.
Okay.
That's why I haven't bought it.
I already see. You're going to hire somebody to take the pictures. They're going to freaking lose it, or break
Okay,
it.
let's not be negative.
I know, let's not be negative.
Exactly my
but I
point.
do want to be
No,
negative
wait.
though. Okay, you go.
Because
I'm a drink.
everybody's like, oh, give Marco a break, blah, blah, blah. First of all, look at this room. This is a break. Look at this.
They can't see the whole room though.
Look at
They just see that.
I know, but there's like more. Like there's okay. You'll do a.
I'll do a
room
collection.
tour
Yeah, I have a
at
few
some
more
point.
things I want to add before I do that.
So like don't. Okay, Marco wants to be negative on what I spend my money.
Okay.
But like, you know what I mean? Like.
I see. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
So can I say two things, or did you?
hypocrite.
So first, she did buy a pretty expensive camera recently. It was like a $500 camera.
That's not
maybe.
expensive.
Okay, but it wasn't like a negligible cost.
okay.
It was a fair amount.
But
okay, go ahead. You say what you're gonna say.
Okay, I said let me put this $500 towards the $2,000 one, right?
That's a big jump though.
And you
5
said
to
no.
2,000.
No, I don't think so. It's like the same thing. Like think about
Comment down below if you think 5 to 2,000
no,
is a
because
big
now
jump.
I'm spending $500 on top of the $2,000 one, right?
Can I say my rationale though?
Wait.
Go ahead.
It's like I'm gonna get a six scale figure and a statue. At some point, I'm gonna get that. Like, let's say you're gonna get I don't think this is a thing, but a stormtrooper
6 scale figure.
6 scale figure, okay? And then you're like, oh, but I really want this stormtrooper statue. And then you're like, I'm just gonna get the little one, but eventually I'm gonna get the big one.
Heck yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's totally what happened.
No, that doesn't make sense because you're gonna spend something on something that you kind of want, but like put that money towards the bigger purchase.
I do see what you're saying, but here was my rationale. I said, you know what? Why don't you up your photography skills, right? Because it's not all about the camera. A lot of the times it is about like your skills. And so I was like, get the cheaper one, try it out. How many pictures have you taken with the cheaper one? You've had it for about a year now? How many? And before that, you had another camera that you lost. I'm just going to put you on blast. But how many pictures have
My
you taken?
ex-boyfriend gave it to me, so it doesn't matter.
Dang, another low blow. All right, that's strike 2. Next one, you're out of here. Okay, so yeah, how many pictures have you taken with it in a year?
That doesn't matter. Your
Answer the
figures
question.
are literally sitting.
I know you're
in
training
a
to be a future
room.
attorney.
Like,
Don't do what about?
When was the last time you touched? I don't know. Say that one down there.
Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. He's in a great pose. I probably reposed him maybe 3 months ago.
My point is that you don't touch these every day. You know what I mean?
But I look at them every day.
So
I don't even know what the argument is.
I look at my camera every day. I don't have to use. That's not the camera I wanted.
Anyways, I do support you getting the camera because it is something you want. But okay, how many pictures did you take though? I'm gonna say it. She's taken probably 4 pictures in a year.
It's not the camera I wanted.
Okay, well, fair enough. It wasn't what you wanted. But I do want my tax though. So when you buy the $2,000 camera,
because I got it.
I think it's a luxury item, and I think you should contribute to the account for other things. But go ahead, you speak your piece.
I don't think that we ever agreed that any luxury item. The reason you have a tax is because you were going overboard, and you wouldn't have that tax. Remember, I said, how about you take this percentage, and I know other collectors do it, you take this percentage of your income and that goes to your figures. And you said no. That would have been tax free, baby. And you said no.
I just don't like those restrictions though. I don't like to do that type of stuff because then it's like you're locked in. What if, and I know you're stringent when it comes to this stuff. If something else released, like for instance the Golden Armor Wonder Woman that I didn't plan on getting, all of a sudden I want it, there's no room in the budget, I just budget a little differently. So
my point being that's why the tax came about, okay? This is a figure tax. And I haven't even mentioned this to you because I've been waiting.
Let's see, I've been saving up this shit.
I've been waiting.
That's Chris Rock, by the way.
Okay, too soon. If that's how we're going to play this game, then guess what? This mic, tax. That light, tax. These, what are the DTOFs? Tax.
This light was $10,
no,
by the way.
That's not the point.
Okay.
Marco gets Amazon packages delivered daily.
You just
weekly.
had 4 packages delivered today. How many have I had this week?
Marco, you're stupid. Why do you do that?
It's just
anyway.
Force
You're
habit.
not funny.
Y'all ain't funny.
So, anyway, if that's how we're gonna play it, am I gonna tax? And I'm glad you brought that up because All the other stuff, like all the other accessories, the capes, that hasn't been taxed.
All right, so let's move on to our next.
No. Because if you want to play tit for tat, let's do it.
Okay.
So
I think it's tit for tit is the same.
Whatever.
I'm kidding. Actually, that's from The Office.
Don't know.
It's from The Office.
Anyway, I wouldn't know any difference. So, okay, so are we going to tax everything else?
You make a valid point.
No,
Let's move on.
No, yes or no? Like, is that...
No, you're right. But
Exactly.
I feel like a really big item like that. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more on the next episode.
Let's add up every single thing that you've bought. You want to buy a new computer? Like...
And I haven't yet because there hasn't been room in the budget.
but
I do
that's
want a
my
new
point.
TV as well.
Is that going to get taxed? Because now you're
I
moving
hope
outside.
not, but...
You're moving outside the scope
Okay,
of the tax. Hold on.
Make it... Okay, go ahead.
The scope of the tax was the collectibles. I haven't taxed you and I haven't said anything. Things like add up. You know, all these like the lights, all the whatever strips, all like everything that you use for your collection, like for you collecting, has not been taxed. It's specifically the figures. So if you want to tax me,
I'm over here sweating now.
if you want to tax me for the camera, let's do it. But I'm going to tax you for every single thing that you use for streaming and for your collectibles.
Okay.
Everything.
All right. I feel like we can carve out...
Taxed.
I feel like we can carve out an exemption for your camera, but when it comes time for me to get my TV, I don't want to be taxed on it. We could shake on it right here in front of the people and God. Let's shake on this. Once I get my new OLED, I either want a 65 or I want like the 80, I think it's 82 inch. One of those two. But
where are you going to put that?
If I move my collection to the back, when we expand the back room.
We will discuss.
Okay, let's shake here though.
About what? What are we
You're
shaking
exempt
on?
and I'm exempt.
No, we'll discuss.
Okay, we'll discuss. Topic for another show. All right, that was a long venting session. Let's move on to is it weird? All right, is it weird?
Oh, I like that. Wow.
And this one is it weird to lick your plate after you're done? I think we should clarify though. This is at home, right? Because
Yeah.
you wouldn't do this at a restaurant.
I've been tempted.
I feel like you've probably done it before, but is it weird to lick your plate after you're done eating? I say yes. I think it's pretty off-putting. It's pretty gross and uncivilized, I would say. But Gigi loves to do it. So give your case for why it's okay.
The sauce, like the, like everything, like the salsa is just so good sometimes. I need to get like everything. And
that's why you plan strategically to have little bits of food so then you can wipe it up.
Okay. So is it gross? Probably. Am I still going to do it? Yes. Okay, here's where I did it at a friend's house where it was like, remember all of our friends? Like all of our friends were there. Well,
everyone stopped to stare at you.
Yes, but I was nice. I didn't like get the plate and like lick it looking at them. You know, I turned around and licked the plate and they were like, Griselda, did you just lick the plate? And I was like, yeah, but I like turned. They thought that I wasn't trying to hide it. I have no shame saying that I licked the plate. But
you do have no shame. That is true. Yeah.
It's just I didn't want to be like more gross and like look at you as I'm licking the plate. So I turned around. I was like, I'm a lady, and I turned around and I licked the plate.
Okay.
Was it weird that it was at somebody else's home? Some may say.
Yeah, pretty weird. Pretty weird. Okay, so comment down below if you think it's weird or if you don't think it's weird.
Or if you do it, because you can do it and think it's weird.
True, that's a good point. I like that clarification there.
No judgment here.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic, and it is what's on tap. Gigi, I'm going to let you go first because I have a bunch of stuff that we've either watched together or I've been watching by myself.
The stuff that I've watched?
Either what you're playing, what you're reading, what you've watched. Any recommendations for the people out there?
No, I think I like I mentioned, I don't like watching things that are serious. So I was watching like Single Parents or something. It's pretty cute. That's it. Okay,
that's right. That's on Hulu, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And How I Met Your Father?
How I Met Your Father, which I think we mentioned on the show before, but so something else that we watched together, we watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yeah, so it's been a few weeks now since we finished that, but why don't you give your thoughts on what you thought overall? Because it wasn't my first time watching it, but it was yours. And so I was, kind of curious how you'd feel. You did say it was like Harry Potter, so that's what got you into it.
I've gotten a lot of like these type of looks. So I guess that's, you can't really say, but yeah, everything I was like, oh my God, those are the Weasley twins.
The Weasley twins.
Yeah, and then
You always
like
go back to that
I
example.
was, well, it's a perfect example. And then the Dementors, with the Nazgul, or is that the brand?
The Nazgul, yeah, are like the Dementors. Okay.
Yeah. And then what's the guy that like my precious?
Gollum.
Yeah, he's Dobby.
Dobby.
Dobby. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what's his name? I forgot. Sorry, I was not prepped for this.
Okay, but just what did you think overall?
I liked it. I really liked it.
Okay.
And there's actually a cafe that just opened up that's like Lord of the Rings inspired, and I kind of want to go there.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna go check it out soon. And I would say Sweet Angel Zach, the Oxfather, sent us it's like a 4-hour edit of the Hobbit trilogy. So instead of putting Gigi through another, however many hours for the Hobbit trilogy, we're gonna watch that edit. Hopefully this weekend. I know you're on base most of the time, so we're gonna see if we can squeeze it in a little bit, or at least start it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because we did watch it. Like we'd watch 1 hour. It's like a total of 9 hours.
Yeah, we watched it kind of like a TV show, which worked perfectly. And I did sneak in the extended cut of Return of the King at the very end.
And I didn't
Gigi
know.
was like, "Why is this one so long?" I was like, "Well," so at least we got one extended cut in there. And so the Amazon TV show should be starting pretty soon. Are you going to watch that with me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I like
yeah,
magic
sure.
stuff. So like
It's true. You like the
magic.
costumes and magic. Okay.
Like Harry Potter.
So Lord of the Rings we watched together. Something I watched twice now and you haven't seen at all, but it'll be on HBO Max soon and we'll watch it together, The Batman. So
Oh yeah.
I will say, I've been on other streams talking about it. It fell just short of great for me. I would say really, really good. I had my problems, and probably in like a post Dark Knight world, it was just hard to say it's like a phenomenal film, but really good. Really enjoyed it. And I want a bunch of the collectibles from it. And I'm excited to see kind of where this world goes. And I like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I know you're not super thrilled, right? But you haven't seen it, so how do you know?
Sure.
You're stuck on Twilight. Like
I didn't know that there was a detective element. Was that a known thing? Is that
so? Batman is the world's greatest detective.
Oh.
Like when he was introduced in the comics, he was a detective.
Oh.
And like over time, it's evolved obviously because there's been so many iterations. My favorite word. But yeah, so this is like the first film to really lean into that detective aspect, I'd say.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And very much inspired by have you seen Seven before? The Seven Deadly Sins. Very much inspired by that. So it kind of feels like a 90s movie almost. So we'll get you to watch that. Another thing that I saw the first episode of Moon Knight. Gigi will not watch it. She's like, I'm like, Oscar Isaac, come on. He's a hunk.
I did listen to Iron Logan's thing. So like it's interesting. It's very interesting to me. Like the whole like mythical, would it be like I don't know.
Yeah, there's like Egyptian mythology.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm into that. It also sounded very like Breaking Jaws. I don't think
no, you'd have to see it in context. Like it's not, there's a few violent parts, but it's not anything too crazy. It's a Marvel show for sure. So
I don't like the violence.
I think you'll like it. I'm going to get you to watch it at some point here.
Okay.
All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was Survivor. Just a plug for Survivor. Everyone calls me a boomer when I talk about it, but it's such a good show, like the best show on TV. So I think I watched season 30 or something that I hadn't seen. And there's like 45 at this point. But oh my gosh, when Survivor is good, it's like the best show. So
Tribal Council, some of them just vengeance.
I was watching an episode on my way to Vegas and giggling like a little girl during this Tribal Council. Everyone around me must have thought I was an idiot, but I was like cracking up to myself. And it's a great show. So watch it if you haven't before. Let's move into Gigi Judges, actually. So boom, Gigi Judges. I'm going to pull up these pictures here. So a few things that I've wanted to talk to you about for a while now. And we've both been saying, save it for the podcast. So we're going to start here with, this is an easy one here. So let me figure out how to share. Here you go, boom, share slides. Nope, that's not it. Pancakes Wildin' or what?
No, she's just so cute. Why are you so cute?
Okay, share screen. Boom, application window.
You should have been ready.
Oh my. Okay, hold on. It is ready. I got it all organized.
Who are you, me?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. There. Okay,
Ooh.
look at boom. See, I knew what I was doing. I had it organized. I just need to sort through it. So
You do have a lazy eye.
share screen. Oh my gosh, you and your lazy eye. Don't you dare. Boom, look at this. All right, so
Wow.
we're going to start with Ahsoka Tano, and I'm going to make this full screen here.
And is this the final product, or is this like, I don't remember what you guys call them?
So Ahsoka is, and hopefully everyone can hear us okay. Let me just make sure that when I share, it doesn't mute our mic. Yeah, I think we're good.
Is this the final product, or?
Yeah, this is the final product here. So everything you're seeing is the final product. I'm gonna be really sad if they can't hear us while we're doing this, but yeah. So Ahsoka Tano here, and there's speculation that they retooled the head sculpt to look a bit more like Rosario Dawson. Do you see that? Because I know some people say no, some people say yeah.
I can see. I mean, when people are orange, I'm very face blind.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right,
I'd have to see it like side to side. But am I judging now? Do I start? Or?
Okay, yeah. So hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Well, this is Bush League at this point, but
Okay, just show me on your.
no, because I want to show everyone, but I think I got to do this. Okay, so let's see. Open it like that. Here we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Bear with us, people. Sorry about that. Thank goodness we're not doing it live.
You would think.
Now I'm gonna know how to do it though. So,
Okay.
am I sweating a little bit over here? Just a little bit, but
You get so shiny.
we got it. I am getting shiny here. Okay. So again, let's hope that we don't. They can hear us here, but there's Ahsoka.
I actually was pretty excited about. Go ahead. Run through the.
Run through all the
you
pictures.
sometime.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen these. So, I can see a little bit of the Rosario Dawson there. This is less so, but yeah, I mean, whatever. I was actually pretty excited about this one. I think it looks really cool. I feel like this is something that I'd want to dress up as for Halloween. And yeah, I like this a lot. Does she have a robe or no?
She has a tunic or a tarp. I forget the exact thing. Yeah.
It's a robe.
Yeah, none of these pictures have it, but.
Okay. So you weren't prepared is what you're saying?
Wow.
Yeah, I really like this.
I'm going to stop sharing just in case our audio stops working. I know other streamers have had that problem. Okay, so rank it out of 10 pancakes. How many pancakes do you give Ahsoka Tano?
What are these called? The arm things?
They're seamless. So they're like rubber, basically.
Okay.
And I know some people are concerned if you bend it too much, it might crack, which is a common problem with these seamless arms. But I kind of like the seamless look better because it just looks more like a display piece and less like a toy.
Is it like you just can't pose it as much?
Yeah, for me, if I were to get it, wink, wink, if I were to get it, I would probably not flex the arms, much like the Rey figure that you see over there. Like, see how her arms are seamless?
Oh, gotcha.
And I just kind of like do things with the extended arms. You could still make it cool, but yeah, so I probably wouldn't bend the arms.
Okay. I think this one's one of my favorites, actually. I don't know. I think everything about it I like. And I'm going to go with... I wish you had shown me the cloak thing or whatever, the robe.
Okay. I didn't know that was going to be a deciding factor. Else I would have brought it. I know you do like the capes. I just didn't click in my mind.
I'm going to say 9.5 pancakes. Final offer.
9.5 pancakes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Love
this
to hear
one
it.
Of my
okay.
favorite.
In the future, I will create a pancakes graphic, maybe a video, who knows, but we're not there yet. Just one step at a time. I'm still figuring out how to share pictures. So, all right, so let's clear out of that. The next one we're going to talk about is the...
And also, you were not prepared because what does it come with? What comes with it? You never tell me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so the next one we're going to cover here. Boom. Let me open this. And we're going to talk about the Razor Crest. I'm going to peel this back really quick so I can show everyone where I've got it posed up there, right? And so this is going to kind of lead into our topic of the show because I initially bought this Razor Crest as like an investment to flip it, and that never works with me. So I ended up opening it, and Gigi and I have not even discussed how she felt about it. We kept saying save it for the podcast, So I'm going to pull up these pictures here. She just had run to get Pancake out. But let me share these full screen. Boom. Okay, Gigi, we need you back now. Boom. The podcast really came to a screeching halt when you when you left. So I'm just going to show some pictures there of how I got it posed. Boom, boom. And then we're going to stop sharing as well, just in case. Okay, so we're back, just in case our audio stops. Okay, Gigi, what do you think of the Razor Crest overall?
So I'm going to give you my initial thoughts when I first saw it. So Marco kept asking to like unbox it together, and I was like, I don't have time. So I think you just ended up unboxing it, right?
I did a quick little dirty unboxing and then also showed it off on Small Talk on Collecting Weekly. And so we kind of did a video kind of going in depth, putting the cell phone camera throughout it.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I watched that, and that was really cool because I haven't seen that in person. But when you were opening it up, I didn't realize how big it was going to be. And I was impressed.
Okay. Were you impressed by all the details and everything, or just the size?
I couldn't even get over the size.
Wow.
Because I didn't think...
You're unbelievable.
I thought it was... So, like, the place where I kept telling Marco, like, you should put it there, it wouldn't fit. It's too big.
Yeah, it was too big. It would literally not fit. Because I had envisioned, like, okay, I'm going to put it on top of one of my Billy bookcases. I've got the Mandalorian helmet on the other side. I could have measured. That's something I could have done, but, you know.
You have your strengths, and that is not one
No,
of them.
it's not. I'm more of a visual type of guy. So I visualized it there. Didn't fit. So I think it looks really great over here.
Yeah, it does. It does. I really like it. So I was actually very impressed. I haven't looked, other than like the video that you did, I actually haven't looked inside, but I did see like how detailed it was. Yeah, I'm glad you got it. It's nice. It's
okay,
cool.
You're glad I got it. Wow.
I mean, for the price, no.
All right, but
cool.
I didn't spend $1,000 on it either, right? So that was.
Yes. I also am glad that you kept it because, as you were saying, with like your investment, like I don't like that. I mean, to each their own.
I know we talked about it previously, but Gigi really hates when I like scalp things. So like scalp things.
You can't be saying that on video, sir.
Well, it's just the term, right? But anyways, like the PS5, right? Like I got a few PS5s, sold them for above retail, and she hates that. So I know
dirty.
They went to good homes. There were some young kids that I sold them to that were excited to get it. They were probably working hard. Anyways, but yeah, so she hates that. So she was glad that I just kept it. But we'll see if it ever leaves the collection. I know a few folks have called dibs on it. So, so how many pancakes out of 10 pancakes?
I'm pretty impressed by it. I would say, and also like compared to, I would say like Thanos. Was Thanos more expensive or less expensive?
Thanos was
about the same.
Actually more expensive than that. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a better value than Thanos.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For what you get for the size. That's a really good point.
I really like it. I'm going to go with, and I don't like vehicles. So this one I was very impressed with. I don't know, I liked it. I'm gonna say I haven't seen the inside yet, so this is based
the inside is very
looks.
Detailed as well. Yeah,
I'm gonna say an 8.75.
Wow, 8.75. You're very, very positive today. I don't know what you did with Griselda, but I need to excuse me, Gigi, not Griselda. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send her back. Okay, so wow, 8.75.
I like it. I'm glad that you got it. Yeah, it's very cool.
Okay, awesome.
And I know this isn't the right show, I think, but I would keep that and get rid of your Thanos.
Don't be getting rid of my Thanos. Just in general, all right. If we're gonna swap it out.
Yeah, yeah. If we had to swap it out.
Awesome.
It makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Okay. So the next one we're gonna talk about. Oh gosh.
Oh, I have a question. What was your favorite thing about it?
About the Razor Crest in general? I just think the details, like in my mind, I thought it might be just a toy, and it ended up just being really beautiful. Like it's really a showpiece, as opposed to maybe just
You've never said that about me.
You grow you a showpiece. Come on, don't even play. Why do you think I'm with
I
you?
know.
Come on. You know how vain I am.
Yes. These are facts.
Yeah, big facts. All right. So the next one, and again, I'm going to breeze through these pictures. Tell me to stop if you need me to, but just in case our audio, I'm going to not say that anymore, but just in case our audio is stopping.
Kind of
So
thing with words here.
really stumbling over my words right now, but okay. So we're going to share this. And the next we're going to talk about is the Batman from Hot Toys. So I want to clarify Hot Toys because the next one we're looking at is not a Hot Toys. This one, there are 3 different versions. There's just the standard, there is the deluxe, and then there's Batman with the bat signal. And then you're going to see a few other items peppered in here that are not included in this release. But let's just breeze through these pics real quick.
And this is Hot Toys.
This is Hot Toys. So there's the
Okay,
Robert
hate
Pattinson skull. So they've already reissued saying that they're working on the hair and everything like that.
It's
But
very bad.
so there's Batman with the
Better,
bat cycle.
better.
Okay.
Also, is
Yeah,
his
go ahead.
bicycle smaller? I feel like all the bicycles were normally bigger. No?
This one's a little bit small. It's just a little bit more like an actual bicycle.
Okay.
So here's another look at the
God,
head
that's so
sculpt.
awful. I mean, obviously,
You just don't like him, or you just don't think it looks like him?
Well, I haven't watched the movie,
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't know. But it's no good.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me like of the Joker a little bit.
Okay, I could see that because he has the black around his eyes. I
Yeah.
understand. And so here's the deluxe version. It comes with all this
This
stuff
looks much better with the
cowl on.
yeah.
Okay. And the suit has really grown on me.
Is it the same face or do you know what I mean, or is it just an entire you know what I mean, like without his face?
Mm-hmm.
Do you put the little mask on or no? It's a completely
completely different one, and then the mouth switches out.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
It
completely
looks
different.
much better
Okay.
here.
And here's one more picture with the Batmobile tease, which they haven't announced.
The Batman mobile.
The Batman mobile. Do you want to re-see any of those pictures, or is it okay?
No,
if
I've got it locked
You got it
in.
locked and loaded. So, all right. So, Gigi, what are your thoughts on?
Why
I know
did
you
you
weren't
compare it to the other one?
to which other one?
You said there was another non-hot toy.
Oh no, sorry. The next figure we're going to look at,
Oh.
not the Batman one. I will say that Queen Studios said that they will be doing a Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman. So we know that there's another one coming eventually.
Okay, I don't like that one.
You don't
I
like this one at all? Okay.
I like it better with the mask on. I don't like his face with I would never just give that face away. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it I feel like I'm maybe not being fair because I don't know what the movie looks like. I don't know if that looks just like him.
It does look like him. It's a really good representation of the suit and of Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the face looks like it's like a very punchable face, but they probably did a good job on it. I just haven't seen it. I don't really know. So obviously I'm biased just because I hate him. But I think I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5. Okay. And I will say, I know we mentioned price before. So this one, the full set is $515, and that comes with Batman and the Bat Signal and all the deluxe accessories.
It doesn't even come with the bike.
It doesn't come with the bike. So the bike is separate, and that
7.
one is
Bring it back to 7.
that one's $315 by itself, the bike. But I feel like you kind of have to get the bike.
No,
if you're
you
getting,
don't.
I feel one makes it. Some have said you kind of have to get the bike. Is all I'm saying.
No way.
Well, okay.
No way. It looks like just a freaking bike. Just go get it anywhere.
Wow. All right.
No. No. And
Okay. So
no.
so how many pancakes again? 7.5.
For just the Batman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7. I mean, I think it looks good. I just don't like him. This is something I would not get for me.
Okay. All right, and let's move on to our last figure here. So we're going to talk about the Queen Studios / In Art Joker. Now, this is one that Gigi knows that I'm getting already, and she asked for a comparison to the Hot Toys. Now, I know a lot of folks have compared it to the DX11 before, and we did an unboxing with Ben Thomas on my show, kind of showcasing his DX11. I feel like that's not a fair comparison, though, because that's an older version. So I peppered in some pictures of the quarter scale Joker that Hot Toys has done. It's a little bit, newer of a release and a little more detailed. Obviously, it's a different scale, so they can, do more detail. But I feel like that's probably the most fair comparison here. So I don't have a side-by-side for you, Gigi. I know you're going to get upset.
Literally my only ask.
You were rushing me to get everything together, so I'm just going to breeze through these pictures again, and I'm going to show you the you kind of know the in-art Joker one, but so let's share this. Excuse me, the Queen Studios Joker. You're kind of familiar with what that looks like already, right? But I'm going to show you the pictures again. And then to further clarify, there's a rooted, so there's 3 versions. Sculpted hair, standalone, so with the purple coat. A 2-pack with sculpted hair that comes with him and a diorama, him in the jail cell, and then the purple coat version. And then a 2-pack with rooted, so they both have the rooted hair. That one was a timed exclusive, so you had like 3 days to order it. I think you still can on certain retailers anyways, but so I'll just mention the price of the high-end one. It's around $1,100. Like it varies, some retailers wouldn't give you a shipping estimate, but around $1,100 for the high-end 2-pack. And so I'll talk about what I'm doing here in a sec, but let's have Gigi, look at these pictures really quick.
Wait, and are we comparing it to the
Hot Toys? Yeah. So I'm going to run through.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So in art is first, and then the Hot Toys quarter scale will be the pictures towards the end.
Okay. I was trying to buy you some time so you can pop them up, but here we are.
But here we are. Okay. So there they are. So here is.
This is the Queen Studios one?
This is the Queen Studios Joker here. So, and this is obviously the rooted hair version. Mm-hmm. So you see.
And this is non-rooted?
This is sculpted, correct.
Okay.
And we can zoom in a little bit on this. So this is rooted. Mm-hmm. The detailed hands, right, which everyone's talking about.
Okay. Can I say something?
Save it until we're done with the pictures, just in case. Okay, so there's again another rooted hair version. Here's what the full diorama looks like. So the same exact thing with the rooted hair as the sculpted hair. Okay, so here's the Hot Toys quarter scale Joker, right? So I think this is the best comparison here. So if you want to go from this, right, here's Queen Studios, to this, and there's Hot Toys' latest iteration of the Joker, just so you kind of see a little bit of the detail. And there's a close-up.
Is this Hot Toys?
This is Hot Toys, right? Again, this is quarter scale, so a little bit bigger.
Gotcha.
But I'm just saying this is the most recent version. So see the hands there as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's still good. It's still good. So I'm going to stop sharing these. And if you want me to pull any of them up again, just let me know. I'll share them on the screen.
Okay. Well, you did not do what I asked, so they all are all a blur for me.
Okay. So just give your thoughts overall, because you heard a lot of me talking about. Yeah, you heard a lot from me and from other streamers. Wow. Go off.
At some point, I was like, I'm gonna have to walk out of the room. And Marco was like, "Can I talk?" I was like, "I don't want to hear about this damn Joker. I do not want to hear about it. Like, I've heard too much about it. Like, that's great, good for you guys. I don't care. Like, do not."
You want to know how I got this Joker?
Okay, you're awful.
I got a great Joker impression.
You don't.
Come
no,
on.
You don't. You really
All right, I don't. It's garbage.
So, these hands that people, I get it, I do, but they don't look that good to me. They just look like you. So, a comal, how would you explain a comal?
It's just like a flat pan that you heat stuff up on.
Is it a griddle?
It's like a griddle, I would say. Yeah, that's a fair comparison.
But you would normally use it to
heat up tortillas.
Okay, and to me, that just looks like they left the hands on like a comal.
That's accurate to the movie, though.
A little bit,
That's accurate to the movie.
I get that, but it's not I don't want to see those hands. Like, put some gloves on. Like, I'm not impressed. I'm excited for the community to get better representation, I guess.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm a purist, I found out. And I think that the sentimental value of the original, or like the DX11, I would rather have that, because I feel like it would mean so much more than just like the new model,
But then this one could mean what the DX11 meant, or even the Joker 1.0 meant, right? Like, this one could age like a fine wine. It's the first, figure or figures from this company. Like, this one could end up being like, dang, I was there at the beginning. I got in at the ground floor, right?
Sure.
Like it could end up being
I
sentimental.
mean, respect to no disrespect to anybody.
No disrespect whatsoever, but
But I think it was just like annoying to me that I'm just like everywhere you turned, it was like that's what they were talking about, and I'm like, that's great. I'm glad you got your, your collectible, but it was just, to me, the money is like, okay, in comparison, I get like I think Ben said that he spent like $1,000 on his, right, like the one, and I feel like
on his DX11.
yeah, and so I can see like why this wouldn't be as expensive because you're paying $1,000 for two. So I guess if I see it in that way, like if people were still purchasing, and that's the thing I don't like. I don't like overpaying for something that,
That's just
like
the market,
markup.
though. I get that you're on your high horse about it, but it's just the market.
I'm not on a high horse. I don't think anybody wants to pay more.
Nobody wants to pay more, but
so yeah.
I think that's a good lead into our next topic too. But keep talking about the Joker. But
great, yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks good. I don't.
Okay, so how many pancakes for the rooted? So you haven't talked about the rooted versus the sculpted hair.
It's kind of funny because I think we were talking about rooted hair on other characters, and this is probably the first rooted hair that I like more than the sculpted hair. With that said, though, it's kind of different, right? Because it's almost like greasy because it's like that paint or whatever he has in his hair. So I'm not excited. I wouldn't say excited, but interested to see their rooted hair on other characters that don't have like this grease painted down hair. So we'll see. TBD.
If you move a little bit that way so we can show off the Wonder Woman right behind you. Anyways, like that was our first rooted hair figure, right? And I wasn't impressed by the hair at all. Overall, the figure was impressive to me. Like there's a lot of great qualities to the figure. One that I said on this exact podcast that I would never get, but I was wrong. So really interested to see what Queen can do with some rooted hair, because like you said, the Joker's hair is going to be completely different from other characters. So yeah, it's going to be I'm very excited for this one. And they've kind of promised, a more expedited delivery. So it could be coming by the end of the year or, early next year, which is way quicker than Hot Toys normally does it. So excited to pay my tax on that one. Excited. That's going to be a rough one. I'm already, counting my pennies, figuring out my tax for that release. So we'll talk about it more in the coming podcast, but I think we've said enough there. And I know you're sick of this topic, but I'm still very excited. All right, so did you give it a full pancake rating? I don't know that you did.
For just the rooted hair, you said?
Why don't you just rate the figure overall? Like, what do you think of this release?
I'm going to give it a 9.
There we go.
And just because I think that when Ben made his, did the unboxing, he was, showing, all the the shoe and that little knife or whatever that that impressed me, and all of the things that it came with, the DX11 did. So we'll see. I mean,
because this one has metal die cast weapons. It's got the little money. So some of the things that came with the DX11, some of them are omitted or some of them are different. So should be a banger release. Again, very, very excited.
So I'm gonna give it a 9.
9, okay. Wow, you're very positive overall today.
It's like a begrudgingly 9.
Okay, I understand. You're sick of it, 9, but kind of like Giselle. Is that kind of like Giselle? Like you were sick of her, but...
No, I never liked her.
Okay, I kind of felt lukewarm on her as well.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go into our topic of the show. Dots.
Damn, we're not at the topic yet?
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Remember when we first started this podcast, we're we're going to keep it to 30 minutes.
Let's do this quick.
Respect people's time.
I feel like we already talked about this.
Yeah, no, we did. We don't have to drag this one out, but I think it kind of, oh my gosh, you're losing stamina here. I know it's been a long week for you, so we'll keep this one short here, but topic of the show is collecting as an investment. God. So I'll kind of give my thoughts and then I'll kick it over to Gigi. Long story short, collecting as an investment has not worked for me at all. Definitely not the reason why I got into this hobby, but I would say, for a while I kind of started dictating on what I would buy based on shout out to the Six Scale Economist. I'd watch him, during the pandemic. They'd have the live streams. He'd kind of talk about, this figure might go up in value. I remember the Beskar Mando, excuse me, not the Beskar Mando, the Durasteel Mando. So we called it the rookie card Mando. He is like, this is one that they're not going to, probably not going to touch again. So I got caught up in the hype. Some people bought two. Sure enough, they're going to reissue that with the Blurg here down the line. So for me, because I'm like predominantly Hot Toys and in 6 scale, this isn't the hobby to be collecting things for, resale value. Maybe at one point in time it was, but ever since I've been in the game, very rarely has a figure like gone up incredibly in value. So I think I learned my lesson pretty quickly. Like, buy what I want to buy and what speaks to me. Awesome if it like goes up in value. If they re-release it, I mean, that's kind of life at this point. And, I think my collection is just focused on what I want to add to it and not necessarily around what I want to resell. The other example I will give is this Razor Crest, right? I bought it to resell it, to buy more Hot Toys. And that totally backfired because here I am opening it. And yeah, so...
Kid on Christmas.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Once I get these things in my hand, I just like love these figures and these toys so much that like I want to open them. So I have a hard time parting with them. So it's just not a strategy that works for me. I'm paying my tax. I'm getting what I want. And at the end of the day, that's how I have to collect. So no judgment against anyone that like, does these as an investment. I would just say it's, it's tricky with Hot Toys. And so I would just caution, but I think a lot of folks that are listening already know that. So I think those are my thoughts. Gigi, what are your thoughts on collecting as an investment?
For me or for you?
I mean, either one. Well,
in the state of California, half of this is mine, as I will say over and over again. So, no, I would never, I mean, I don't know enough, I guess, but, here's the thing. I feel like, and some people have touched on this, like shipping and selling and moving these things, like it's a lot of, pay attention.
Sorry, I was just texting your cousin back. Okay. He was asking if he could use our Disney Plus. It was a whole, I was assuming it was time sensitive.
The whole thing.
Sorry. And he also sent me a picture of Thanos like that.
Oh my God.
I know. Okay. I'm not going to show it on the stream, but your cousin's a weird
Okay.
cat. That's all I got to say.
He's our very first listener, Alan. We love you. See, now I forgot what I was going to say.
You've gone off track. You said, you said half of this stuff is yours.
No, past that.
Man, I really zoned out. You hate to see it.
This is the last time we do this.
Okay, last podcast ever?
Yes, you're not even paying attention.
I'm sorry, it was time sensitive. Okay, anyway, so you were talking about your feelings on...
Oh, yeah. Like shipping, like sending all that stuff, packaging, like to resell. It's too much work. So I would never do it, but you know what I mean?
And I feel like you've tried your hand at reselling stuff before, right? Like you would go to the thrift store.
Yeah, but that was more for fun. Like I like doing that. But then again, I wouldn't like, if I bought something, I wouldn't sell it for like, so much more. It was more of like, okay, how much is this gonna, it's more of like a rush to me. And that's why I go to the thrift store, because I'm not going to be selling things for like I don't think I've ever sold anything like over $20. You know what I mean? So it's not, I wouldn't sell it more than like, say a dress is worth $100. I wouldn't sell it for $200. I would sell it for like $50, because it has to be a bargain for me. It has to be a bargain for them, for, in my mind, to like,
see. For it to be equitable.
And I like going to the thrift store, so that's more of my hobby. And so like, if it can pay for itself and then some of my time, like great, but that's not why I did it. And then I think that when it became like too much work, that's when I stopped. Because it was becoming like, you have to ship, you have to take pictures, you have to ship it. Like that's a lot of time that I don't have. And in the long run, to me, that's more time. Like my time is more valuable than that. Totally hear that. But what I was going to say about, I don't think this fits in, but
I mean, we talk about the days when we're opening a figure.
But so it's an investment. So, okay, I'm going back to the tax, because it is, to me, that's my investment. And I feel like that's why you are continuing to, you do it. And then my investment is what you put into our shared account.
But it's really our investment though, right? But
yeah, that's where, That's where I was going.
Okay, go ahead.
So Marco, we mentioned that Marco went to Vegas. Okay, his cousin very graciously asked him to go on like I think was it a Thursday
It was Thursday.
to fly out Friday.
No, Wednesday. Wednesday he asked
Okay,
if
to fly out Friday.
Shout out to JMO.
Yeah, and Marco was like, "Oh, they have a extra ticket. Like, should I go and to a concert? Is it a concert?
Yeah, Silk Sonic.
Okay, yes,
It's a concert.
Okay, and it was like immediately I was like, oh my god, you should totally go because you know like that's like you'd have a free ticket. You wouldn't have to pay for like your stay. You'd basically just have to pay for your flight, right? And like your food there or whatever. And so I was like, you should go. Like that sounds like a lot of fun. And you know, then I get some me time too. So but I think like obviously the flight was like around a little under $500, $500.
Yeah, like $420, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
But stupid. But because we've had that tax, you know, that you keep putting into our joint account, I was like, oh, just take it from our joint account.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to me that investment is worth it because again, I don't mind, and I think I was saying this before, I don't mind like, you know, putting out $400 and something for a trip, but it's more of like because like I mentioned, we like to travel, going places, eating like, you know, I think that investment to me is worth it for you to invest in.
Okay. I get your thought process there for sure. And I think that's probably like leads into another topic for another day on balance. And obviously that's like a broader theme of the entire podcast, but maybe we can, you know, kind of talk a little bit more about how we balance and maybe give a little more solid examples of the tax kind of going one for one. Here's what I bought. Here's what we put it towards. I think that'd probably be helpful. But yeah, so the other thing I would say is that you kind of talked about with your thrifting, you would kind of sell only because it was fun. You're already going thrifting anyways. It's kind of how I see with Hot Toys. If I do go to sell, luckily, you know, a lot of them, you know, maintain the value. I would say at the very least maintain the value. A lot of that is changing though. Like that's historically true, but I would say, you know, the newer releases sometimes because there's so many new collectors, maybe if you go to resell a figure too soon, you might not recoup your entire, you know, investment in it. So just something that's very tricky. But, you know, the good thing is if I was to go resell, I'd probably want to sell to someone in the community, somebody that, you know, we trust, or, you know, making sure that it goes to a good home. So we're not going through as much trouble selling on eBay, which I sold Director Krennic. Didn't get as much as I wanted for him. The guy like gave me a negative review because the shipping was too high. I was like, bro, it's calculated by eBay. You get to see that. It has nothing to do with me. So he was all upset by that. Long story short, yeah, I think I try to avoid selling, but if I have to, it's at least nice to know that these can be liquidated pretty quickly and hopefully to somebody that you trust. So I think that kind of wraps up collecting as an investment. Don't do it is the overall theme. No, to each their own. I think there's just a lot of things to watch out for, and you know, other channels that you can kind of get advice on collecting, which figures to look after, which ones may increase in value. But for me, I've found that doesn't necessarily work. So, Gigi, anything else that you want to say on this topic of the show?
No, I was given the topic of the show like 2 minutes before, so I didn't have a lot to think about.
Even if I gave it to you a week before, it's not like you were going to look at it. I sent you the questions for Loco Lou and Phoebe like 2 days before, and you looked at it 10 minutes before. So you're a busy person. We'll give you a free pass on this.
You're lucky I even do this. Oh my God.
Wow, I'm lucky you even do the podcast. Okay. This might be the last podcast. Who knows?
We say that every time.
I know, we do say that every time.
It's not funny anymore.
We've never been funny. Y'all ain't funny. So maybe let's talk about what's coming up. Give me a smooch. Okay, no. Okay. Let's talk about what's coming up on the show. We're going to be taking a bit of a hiatus from the, you know, interviews, the origin story, only because our Saturday mornings are going to be eaten up by, I think, 2 weddings. We're traveling a little bit in April. We're going to Disneyland. So at least for the month of April, we're going to be on hiatus. But we're going to come back with some banger guests. I know I've already talked to Lael and having he and Toya on. John the Everyday Collector, Eddie Money Mendez. You know, I want Dean the Dream on as well to talk about video games. So we've got a lot of exciting live interviews upcoming. I also will mention Iron Logan. You know, we talked to him a while back about bringing he and his wife on. So with the different time zones, it's always tricky to coordinate, but you know, I'm just kind of name dropping here to, you know, plant the seeds, but we'll be back in about a month with those. In the meantime, if I get any figures in, we'll try to sneak in some live unboxings maybe during the week. And then also...
That's how they get you.
Right, exactly. And then also maybe, you know, another episode or two of the She Said No podcast.
Episode or two.
Who knows what we have to talk about? We'll see. No, but the only reason is we can, you know, pre-record it like this. We don't have to worry about going live at a specific time. So I think it's, you know, something we're trying to figure out our flow. But please, again, check us out on Instagram. Subscribe to us on Apple Music.
What's Instagram again?
Oh, gosh. Who knows? 1_6_fix. You love when I write like this too, right? And I will just say that, thank you for joining. If you enjoyed this, please leave it a like, subscribe to our channel, check out the rest of our content. You absolutely hate when I give this pitch, right? Why don't you try it?
No, I don't want to.
Okay. All right. Very good. I do it for the likes. That's the only reason I'm here is for the likes. But anyways, no, check out the rest of our videos. Like I mentioned, I got a quick unboxing of the Razor Crest. We've got some other unboxings of the, you know, DX11 Joker with Ben Thomas. And then also of the Venom is probably our most popular unboxing so far. So got some good videos already. That's right. And the origin story series, got other members of the community we interview, as well as the She Said No podcast. So check out the previous 8 episodes if you enjoyed this one. If you hated it, I understand. You're not alone. But so I think, Gigi, with that, anything else you want to cover today?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to time this ending of the broadcast perfectly when you lead us out. So why don't you take us out?
Bye.